y'all. We are here with a different format for content this week with JD, a familiar face on the page. We're talking about LinkedIn advertising tactics and future-proof strategies today. We're going to do a little bit of a side-by-side podcast vibe, so let us know how you feel about it. But if you're ready, we can jump in.
I am ready to answer all your questions.
Beautiful. All right. How do you work with LinkedIn's algorithms to prioritize high-quality prospects over easy clicks?
When many people think about that, they think about like the bidding strategy. And there's this concept, like if you pay more, that you get something better. If you go to a restaurant and you see something that's more expensive, typically you think like this is going to be something that's better, but that's not always the case. So for LinkedIn, it's similar. Like you can bid higher, but it doesn't actually get you better quality prospects because you can bid really low or you can bid high and it's still going to usually show up in front of the same people. It's less about trying to make the algorithm work for you and more about picking the right type of content for the right audience. If people are working out and they're like, I want to lose weight on my neck or something, you don't do neck workouts. Like you don't spot train. So it's the same thing for this.
I mean, I kind of have a follow-up. I feel like a lot of main questions that everyone gets here is carving out your ICP and like actually figuring out what it is, because I feel like that's where most people are blind. How do you like go about that, especially if you're just starting?
When you're just starting, it's really hard because you have no money, like you're poor. Especially if you're bootstrapping it and you're taking like whatever money you're making. Here's what happens a lot of times. You have somebody, they're like a founder, let's say like Justin, and they start selling, they use their own brand, they get referrals, and then like they're doing well, but then they hit a wall where they really can't grow beyond that because you can't scale referrals. So what do they try to do? They try to go and look at doing actual marketing. If you don't really know who you're supposed to be going after, people tend to start really wide, and that's very expensive. The best way to do this is to start where you get the best results or where you solve a unique problem and like really try to narrow down on a smaller audience where you can win. Now you can do this a few different ways. You can do this, let's say by a vertical, you can do this by a geography. You can use some of these things to try to narrow it down, but you're not gonna be able to compete in a large space against others. So you need to find your little section and then go and then test that.